In this video, we're going to break down a complete step-by-step guide on how to get your real estate license and start your real estate career in the state of Alabama. Let's jump right into the video. Whether you're stuck at a 9-to-5 job or you're just looking for another business to start, real estate can be an excellent opportunity. It offers a flexible schedule and unlimited earnings. Basically, you're your own boss. And this business doesn't cost a lot of money to start, and that's why so many entrepreneurs are choosing to get into this business. And in this video, we're going to give you a complete guide on how you can get into the business and start earning commissions as well. Before we get started, I want to offer you my free How to Get Your Real Estate License career guide. You can click the link down below in the description and get your free copy. Lastly, stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to go over some key tips and tricks on how to pick your first brokerage and get yourself into a situation that gives you the highest chance of success, because real estate has a 87% failure rate, and I want to give you the best chances of succeeding. First things first, let's talk about some of the requirements you're going to need to meet to be able to get your license in the state of Alabama. The very first thing is you need to be 19 years old or older. You need to have a high school diploma or its equivalent, and you're going to need to pass a background check to make sure you don't have any felonies or anything on your record that would prohibit you from being able to get licensed. Next, you're going to want to complete your pre-licensed education classes. In the state of Alabama, you're required to complete 60 hours of real estate pre-license classes. Now, I know this sounds like a tall task, and it can be, but you're going to learn a lot of good things in real estate school, like real estate license law. You're going to be learning about, different things when it comes to property, investing, things that are basically going to keep you out of hot water when you're actually in the field practicing and getting your career started as a real estate agent. So I know this can sound like a lot, and if you have another business or you're at a full-time job now working a 9-to-5, I know it can sound like a big thing to kind of complete. But the good news is there are a lot of state-approved schools that you can go to that will allow you to get your real estate license online and take the pre-license classes online, and then you just have to show up to the testing center, take your exam, and get your license. So a lot of this stuff can be done in your time. And if you want to look into that, we highly recommend looking into a school called Real Estate Express. There's an affiliate link down in the description below. You can check them out. They usually have some really good sales going. And the thing I love about them is you can kind of do this on your own time and on your own schedule and go through the process and get this thing done. Next, it's time to take and pass the Alabama real estate exam. To pass the Alabama real estate exam, you're going to want to study and you're going to want to make sure you really know the material. So getting involved with a good real estate school that has good content is super important. Another tip that I can give you is you're going to want to bring some forms of identification. You're going to need 2 forms of identification on test day, and you can bring a basic non-scientific calculator, but it's not an open book exam. So make sure you study hard and you'll have a higher chance of success. Another tip is don't rush through the exam. You have 3 hours to complete the exam in the state of Alabama. It's only 100 multiple choice questions, so you have plenty of time. So make sure you reread the questions a couple times and you're going to have a much higher chance of passing. Most people actually finish the exam early. Next, it's time to submit your application to get licensed. Now, in Alabama, you're going to have to submit your fingerprint card, your past exam, and then a copy of your pre-licensed education classes that you completed. Once that happens, you're going to submit your application to get licensed, and then you're going to have to wait some time for them to process that and get back to you. So you're almost there. Once you hear back and you get approved and you're about to get your license, it's time to find a sponsoring broker to hang your license with. As a new real estate agent in Alabama that is not a broker, you're going to have to hang your license with a broker. So finding a brokerage that's going to fit what you're trying to accomplish is super important. And this is one of the big mistakes that many real estate agents make. Many agents just choose a brokerage that has the highest splits and they don't think any deeper. And I feel that's why the majority of real estate agents that get into this business actually fail and they never make any money. So as someone that's been in the business for over 7 years, has a real estate team, and has won numerous awards in this industry, I want to tell you some tips that I would use if I was starting all over again, how to find a brokerage that's going to support you and give you the highest probability of success. Very first thing is find a brokerage with a mentor. Brokerages oftentimes will have a mentor in place that will help you get through your first 3 to 5 deals. This is super important because your first 3 to 5 deals are going to be extremely difficult. You're not going to know what to do. There's tons of steps in the process of selling a home. No home sale is exactly alike. You're dealing with different people and different clients and different scenarios. So you really don't know what you don't know. And when things come up that are challenging, you need to have a mentor that's going to answer your phone calls and be there to help you out. Next, you want to find a brokerage that just doesn't have a mentor, but they have an actual system for new agents to plug into and follow to have success. Because real estate is one of those things that it takes a long time to master and learn. You need a system and some kind of a blueprint to follow to make sure that you're doing the right steps. Because having a mentor is awesome, but when your mentor isn't there, you might feel lost. So having some kind of a system or process or training course that you can follow and that will show you exactly what step in the process you're at is super helpful. Not many brokerages have this, but the ones that do, you want to look into further. Next, you want to ask how they are going to help you get business. Many brokerages really don't have a plan for this. They're going to tell you to call your friends and family, and that's great. Your sphere of influence can be an excellent source of business. I know many agents that make full-time incomes, some even make multiple 6-figure incomes just with this avenue of business alone. Unfortunately, when I started, that wasn't the case. I was only 22 years old and calling friends and family just was not going to work. So I had to figure out another solution, and I ended up buying leads and figuring out marketing, and luckily it worked. But there have been times in my career where things were really tight, and I had to put things on credit cards and I had to make some really hard decisions. So having a plan in place is super important. And if you get with a brokerage, you want to ask them what plan they're going to put you on or how they're going to help you generate business. Because if their method of generating business isn't in alignment with what you want to do, then it might not be the right brokerage for you. Last but not least, do not focus on the splits only. This is a huge mistake that new agents make, and they want the highest split. And I understand that because I did the same thing. I went to the brokerage with the highest split possible, and it worked out because the brokerage was new and the broker himself was one of the top agents in my state, and he personally had the time to invest in me, mentor me, and show me what's right and what's wrong. But if that wasn't the case, then I might have been in a really tough position and I might not be where I'm at today in this business. So finding a brokerage that's going to support you is the most important thing. Splits are important, and that could be a conversation later on, but I would focus on what kind of support you're going to get because like I mentioned before, this industry comes with super high failure rates, and if you want to succeed, you need to put yourself in a good position to make that happen. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely comment down below if this helped you, and comment down below if you're going to get your real estate license this year. I really look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for tuning in and have an awesome day.